Hello there. In July 2014, the baton of leadership changed hands at the Federal Road Safety Corps following the confirmation of Mr. Osita Chiduka as Minister of Aviation and the elevation of Mr. Prt1, who was the then Deputy Corps Marshal, to becoming the new Corps Marshal of the FRSC. A couple of months down the line since his appointment by President Goodluck Jonathan, what are his visions and aspirations for the Corps? What should Nigerians, especially stakeholders in the road transport sector, expect from his leadership in terms of providing innovative policies and programs? What's the general state of our roads vis-a-vis the number of road accidents and the high fatalities we record at oftentimes? These are just some of the issues we shall be looking at in the course of the program with our guests this week. And so do well to join us. I'm Ayotunde Balogun, and this is Question Time. Mr. Prt1, you're welcome to Question Time.
Thank you very much.
Now, it's great to have you with us this week. We're looking at the Federal Road Safety Corps, or Federal Road Safety Commission. You are the Corps Marshal. Let me first of all congratulate you on your appointment a couple of months ago. I think it was in July. So tell us, from that time to now, what's been the experience like?
Well, thank you very much. Let me first correct you. Is Federal Road Safety Corps. We have two organs. We have Federal Road Safety Commission, that's the council or the board that as per the act that makes up of a five-man member that takes policies, works on appointments, promotions, disciplinary matters. So that one is headed by chairman and 5 other members to be appointed by Mr. President. So then the part 2 of the act makes the appointment for the appointment of the Corps Marshal and Chief Executive also to be done by the Corps. So I'm the Corps Marshal of the Federal Road Safety Corps. I have a chairman, Mr. Felix Chuku of the Federal Road Safety Commission. They are the ones that decides on policy and promotions, appointment, disciplinary matters. Anyway, the last 4 months, let me say so far so good, and we give thanks to God, and we've been able to sustain and improve all the policies and introduce new ones. And the beauty of this is that I've been part of the system for almost 27 years. So it's just continuing from where my boss, my predecessor stopped. And I've been part of the decision-making body over the years. So it's just like continue and also bringing in some of your own ideas on what the other aspects that you believe we need to fast-track, one, and also we are all officers who have grown within the system, so we know ourselves. So we know how to prop others to get things done properly. So the fora or the mode of getting people to be briefing you to settle down did not arise in the first instance because I know what is going on and I've been involved in the key decisions. So it's just a baton given to you and you continue. You landed and you started running.
Which is more like it's breaking from the norm in many other sectors where, over time we keep hearing of appointments and people saying that, this person actually doesn't fit in because perhaps he's not really been in the system, so he wouldn't know what's going on there. But in this case, it's unique.
I think we must thank Mr. President. On the 23rd of July, he said the Corps over the years has grown, that it should be able to have its own leadership within the system. And it's a big honor and respect for me to have been appointed. And Mr. President said we should be able to manage your organization. So that's a challenge. And with the mandate, crash the crash, get the crashes down, sustain the programs. And I think from there, we just continue. So the beauty of it is that when you make appointment from inside, it's much easier. The understanding is there because when you bring somebody from outside, I assure you it takes almost 1 year. You give somebody 4-year appointment in a setup like this, it will take almost a year because, for example, when you talk about etiquette, you'll be asking that what is etiquette? When you talk about penalty point system, you say, wait, what is penalty point system? And when you talk about road transport safety standardization scheme, they might be asking. So it will take time. And if it's a fast learner, maybe 6 months. But if it's a slow one, and the next thing will tell you he wants to tour all the commands to see things by himself, I don't need to tour. I've been writing reports. I've been going around over the years. So I know, and that's another course. So I know what is going on. So the next thing is to the mandate, call the field commanding officers and we reappraise. And I told them there's no point for me to come down because we know what is on ground. So the fund available, instead of going around and waste the funds, let's put it into something good. Let's let cost-benefit analysis. Let's handle the cost well. Let's use the cost for patrol operations. Let's use it to handle key critical things. And they all agree. And that is why you can see the sustained patrol operations. You can see some programs coming up because I've been in the system and I know the priorities. Then somebody coming from outside will start going on courtesy visits to the states, addressing the marshals, and promising some things that cannot be achieved. And when I met the commanding officer, I told them, I said, from what is on ground, in the next 3 months, I guarantee you about 30 to 40% implementation of the challenges on ground. And they all agree because it's a frank talk. If I promise that I will do all, I failed. Be frank in your discussions, and I think with that, all of us are agreed, and so far so good. I think we are doing well, and we are getting set for the end of the year. You know, we have transited now from the Ember Months patrol. Now, from December 1st, we're talking about end of the year patrol. So it's easy. We communicate well, we understand ourselves. And I think, once again, let's give it to Mr. President for that policy shift, which other agencies will also be beneficiaries to.
All right, now let's go, come a bit closer, looking at the Corps itself. Looking at the laws, guiding its functions. I know over the years there have been a few controversies over what shouldn't be done by the FRSC, that's the Road Safety Corps. So perhaps this is an opportunity for people to really know exactly what are those things that they should expect when they come across an FRSC or a Corps official.
Well, let's go back to the beginning. We started in '88 with the enactment of Decree 45 then of 1988 that vested so much powers on the Corps. It was amended in 1992. Okay, then from there you have the laws of Federations of Nigeria, different versions, until the last one, which we are using now, that is the FRSC Establishment Act 2007. And you see, basically, it defines FRSC as the lead agency for road safety management in Nigeria. This is a distinct function. It's not controversial. Preventing and minimizing road traffic crashes, prompt rescue operations, educating drivers, advising appropriate agent, Ministry of Works, Federal State Ministry of Works, on devices and conditions of roads, and design and produce driver's license, design and produce number plates, keeping the records, the database, vehicle registration database, driver's license database, offenders database, and other functions as per the Act is very clear. When you look at this, design and produce, maintain this record. So it's clear. But again, you must work with other agencies. And on the 31st of October, the 3 justices of the appeal courts that sat in Lagos delivered a judgment and overturned those 3 judgments. That one, we can set deadline. And moreover, even the deadline in question has lapsed. And the other things that we have power to do what we are doing. It properly explained the modus operandi. So, but again, after the judgments, my view is that I said, we are not setting deadlines. You don't need to set deadline. What requires a 12-month cycle. You understand what I'm saying? If you have a driver's license, it's 3 years. So when your license expires, go back and renew your license. You move on. For your number plate.
Even before the 3 years expire, can you renew your license or a year before it expires? If
you want to assist government, it's not by force. If you just renew your license now and you want to assist your state government, you can go back and say you want to renew and pay. You pay. Nothing is free, even in Freetown, so you pay. So the cycle we're talking about is for vehicle registration license. When your vehicle license expires, it's 12 months max. So then you go back, you go to licensing office. Then in the process, you just cut over to the new one. And what I want to say now is that in Lagos, I think I've seen almost 100% cut over to the new scheme. What we are talking about now is annual vehicle renewal system. And in other states, like Abuja, is about 80% cut over. In other states, it's average of about 60, 70. So we are allowed to run the 12-month cycle. We are on. So there's no need for all those legal issues. But the beauty of democracy is that people continue, when you are working, people want to test your strength. They want to test your power.
Yes,
so
they'll definitely
that's
want
the
to
beauty.
do that because, and still going back, to this issue of the controversy, which I talked about, because, like, for instance, the FRC, the core officials have, you said they have the powers to arrest.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Right. Now, for a driver or a road user who perhaps violates any of the traffic laws or what have you, and he gets encountered by the police, of course the police will also say, well, we also have the powers to arrest you. And then another time comes, then it's the the core officials. Now, it all comes into, hey, what's going on? I mean,
No, on the highways, police.
Duplication of powers.
No, on the highways, police don't do that. Police don't issue tickets on the highways. What we do is that if there's any infraction, maybe use of forward driving, maybe driving on the fast lane violation, overspeeding, overloading, wrongful overtaking, light sign violation, route violation of facing oncoming traffic, what the law says is this: an offense has been committed. That's an infraction. So what do? You give a notice of offense ticket to notify. If you commit an offense, now what happens is that I give you a notice of offense sheet that an infraction has occurred. And it's stated clearly two things. Do you wish to waive your court right? If it's yes, you can go and pay the fines. But if you want to contest it, you come to the office for any of the two, and you indicate that you want to go to court, then we arrange you. And like I said earlier on in one of the programs, that there are some offenses again that we don't allow you to pay fines. You go to court. So the impression that some people are saying that you issue ticket is compulsory to pay fines, no. It's a choice. But if you are ready to face the legal ordeal, let's go on. And that is why, don't forget, apart from Lagos, that we have conventional courts, in other states, we have mobile courts. And since we came on board, we've given directive that mobile courts must be sitting more every day. These fines doesn't come to us. These fines goes to the Consolidated Revenue Fund. It's part of the money being shared every month. We don't tamper with it. We don't get a dime from it. So it's not a matter of life and death, and nobody sets target. Listen, the essence of issuing ticket is to serve as deterrent. When you commit an offense, for example, if it's dangerous driving, I give you a ticket of 50,000, or driver's license violation, or use of forward driving, or seatbelt violation, you get a citation. It's a deterrent. And now we have activated, one of the things we're asking, what are the new things? We have activated the penalty point system. We have introduced the flying tickets now. The implementation of the speed limiting devices. We have improved, we have expanded these workstations, and I'm determined by the grace of God, by December, we're going to have 200 workstations nationwide for driver's license. And the number plate scheme is running well. We have a robust database now. That is why I said you don't need to pursue an offender. Issue the ticket, we mail it to the person. And if you don't report, I get a warrant of arrest, I arrest you, and I get you jailed. The essence of all this is that the core is not the issue of fines at all costs that you must book, but you cannot be, patrol team cannot be on the road, watch people overloading, watch people using forward driving, not using seat belts, lane violation, and all sorts of offense crimes, and you just close your eyes. For goodness sake, the order is go and book.
All right, we're going to have to take a short break, but I would definitely we will come back and look at more other important issues which you've already talked about. So stay with us. You're still watching Question Time, and the Corps Marshal of the Federal Road Safety Corps is still here with us. We'll be right back after this.